Okay, who here hasn't been to space? Why? You better not throw up on my ship.
Approaching jump in 3, 2, 1.
There's some ATLA news, and it's ATLA news for the Netflix live action series. This has
Right.
nothing to do with Avatar Studios. This is all Netflix stuff. A couple weeks back, we got some news regarding Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then we had news come out from Avatar Studios about the 2025 film that they were going to be doing with the Aang Gang, which we kind of already knew about. But
Right.
we also knew that they were going to do a new series with an Earthbender Avatar, because that's obviously the next cycle. And then we also found out that Bosco, who plays Zuko's voice, is coming back to voice Zuko in the movies, animation,
Oh, really?
and stuff like that. He's going to be still voicing.
Good.
They are actually Avatar Studios, not just Avatar Studios, but Netflix too. It's being very selective with their choice, and I love this. This is why representation matters. They are being so selective with their choices of even the acting. They're calling for the voice acting.
Voice acting,
They're
yeah.
calling for the voice acting to be Asian descent. You need to have, if you don't
Yeah.
even put in an application if you are not,
That's
of
cool.
Asian type. And I love
Yeah.
that. I love that because it's on par with the show, on par with
Yeah.
the series, on par with the ethnicities that we see in the
Yes.
show.
Yes.
So I'm really, again, I love that representation mattering shit. So
Right,
I love
right.
it. I love it. Let me see, make sure I'm correct here on what I'm saying. Okay, anyway. So, we haven't gotten a trailer or anything for the Netflix show, because that's been one of the many questions that a lot of us have been asking. We know the Netflix series is coming. We know that the original creators for the OG Avatar left due to the things that they're doing with Avatar Studios. So, after they left, I was honestly uninterested with it, but after
Right.
I started seeing and hearing more things about it, I was like, hold on. You have my attention again,
Yeah.
because this actually might not be bad. We talked about the cast. I've shown pictures of the cast and things like that. Who's going to be Uncle Iroh? Who's going to be Aang, Katara, Sokka, and even Fire Lord Ozai and all things like that. We've shown the cast. One thing else I've talked about is the practical sets. It's not all VFX effects, green screen stuff. They actually, and I'm going to show some pictures. They actually have practical sets that are they're huge.
Yeah.
And it looks great. They are using the volume for some things, which the volume we've seen used in Marvel. We've seen majority of Thor was shot in the volume. Star Wars started it with The Mandalorian. That's all The Mandalorian was shot in the volume. So
Yeah.
we're starting to, see more and more studios use the volume and things like that. But again, with the lack of trailer or lack of BTS photos or anything like, because we haven't had any behind the scenes photos besides the ones that the cast is posting. That's just them hanging out. Like they're in regular clothes. It's nothing in depth that we want to see.
Yeah.
So we may be seeing a trailer possibly come in 2023. And if that is true, then it could be the February 2023, which would possibly push the show. And this is all possibly. I have no sources or anything.
Right.
Possibly put the show coming in summer of 2023. The first quarter of the...
That'd be great.
Yeah, so we could possibly be seeing that. Is it going to happen? I don't know. I would assume, but we know it's coming in 2023. It for sure is coming in just what quarter of 2023? I'm not sure. It could come in the winter.
Good.
But if we get a trailer for it in February, that might give us a release date. Then we'll know more then. But we also know that the post production for Avatar is done. So they've filmed it. They're done filming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
done filming. They're just in post production right now.
Okay.
They're in post production right now.
So yeah, maybe summer.
Yeah, maybe summer. That's why. So this is coming from. This is going to be coming from CBR, and CBR was talking about how the execs over at Netflix are high on this Avatar series. They've called it as important as shows like Sandman and things
Yeah,
like that.
I saw that on the article.
Yeah. So let me read here what they said in this article. Again, this is coming from CBR. It says Netflix TV executive Peter Friedlander, I think I'm saying that correctly, has likened the importance of Avatar: Last Airbender to another of the streamer's major adaptations projects, Sandman. In an interview with Variety, Friedlander was asked whether fans would be getting a glimpse of Netflix adaptation of the Nickelodeon hit show anytime soon, given that it has been over 4 years since the news of the live-action Avatar broke. the head of U.S. and Canada scripted series, explained that since Avatar has such a cultural significance, again, I love it, like Neil Gaiman's comics, The Sandman, Netflix is taking its time to make sure that this version of the show will do the franchise justice. And again, thank you.
Yes.
As a fan, and I'm not like a, oh, I watched Avatar The Last Airbender in 2020 when it got put on. No, bro.
Yeah.
I was week to week when it was dropping weekly episodes. You know what I'm saying? We were still middle school when Avatar The Last Airbender came out, and I'm not, it is without question. It's timeless, one. It is timeless. And it is without question one of the greatest animated shows made.
It's one of my favorite of all time. We had never seen storytelling to that degree on something like Nickelodeon.
No.
I didn't want to cut you off when you were reading the article, but Ebony A, we have a new subscriber, so I just wanted to shout that out and say thank you for subscribing.
Thank you. Did that come up through the Discord? Or
it popped up the little T-Rex.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Ebony A. We appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing.
So I knew you didn't see it, so.
Okay, that's cool.
But thank you for subscribing, yes.
No wonder I didn't hear it. It's in my headset. My headset's not on. My apologies. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that subscription. But the one thing, okay, let me go back to this. So then it goes, then he goes on to say, this is, again, still Friedlander talking. He said, I think it's going to be what you want it to be. It's pretty special, just as an IP. It's very special, something like The Sandman, and we want to handle it with deft hands for fans and to also bring new life to it in a way that both honors the original and celebrates its new iteration. It's a stunning spectacle. I love hearing it because I'm not gonna sit here and lie. After M. Night Shyamalan's, I was like, I am not checking for it.
Yeah.
If the original creators aren't tagged, I'm not checking. Now the original creators were I think they were advisors on Shyamalan's, I think, but it was still,
Yeah,
so
was a dumpster fire.
It was a dumpster fucking fire. So I love hearing that, but the thing that stuck out to me was he said handling it with deft hands.
Yes.
Which again lets me know that you are going to take your time, because I personally love that you're taking your time on this, because like I just said, growing up with this series, fans love this, and you don't want to mess want to mess this up. You don't want this to be another bomb like some of your other adaptations you've done on Netflix, right? Because at that point, then people are going to start to say, because people have already said it with Cowboy Bebop. Even though it wasn't I'm not an anime guy, but I know the discourse around Netflix's Cowboy Bebop, and some of their other adaptations and things that they've done, it has not been great. So I like the fact that he's coming out calling it a spectacle. He's saying that they've handled it with care for the fans. It celebrates the original plus the new iteration. I love the terminology
and just
and things
recognizing how amazing and special the IP is.
Right.
Truly.
Right, because it's an IP we all adore.
We love it.
Right.
Yeah. There's nobody who's on the fence about it. Like,
yeah.
If you love this show, these characters, this story, this world that was created for us, then you love it.
Yeah.
You
love it. I love it.
I've never talked to a fellow fan who wasn't their faces don't look like ours look right now.
Don't just love Avatar. Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is.
I mean, he's right behind you.
He is, right there. And hearing him say some of these things is kind of akin to listening to Charlie Cox say that he's rereading the Daredevil books to prep himself for Born Again, or seeing him do the MMA fighting to prep for it. I mean, it's even akin to Hayden Christensen, and I'm going to get to that next. Hayden Christensen coming back as Anakin and all the extensive training he's doing as Anakin, for the Ahsoka series. So it's like it's pretty cool. But I would say with the things that they're saying here. Let me read this last part here. He said, Friedlander went on to discuss the lengthy process of making Netflix's adaptation, as each episode of Avatar features various types of bending that will have to be added in post-production. These shows are very big productions, and it takes a ton of time, both on the production side and the post-production side. So you have to respect the long journey for some of these shows to deliver what hasn't been done on television before. Bro.
Yeah.
I think they're going to... I'm hoping. I don't want to prematurely speak.
Right.
They might blow us away with this. They might blow us away with this one.
I'm so excited hearing this. And here's the thing, too. Let's say they do fuck it up. We have Avatar Studios.
That's right. We have Avatar Studios coming, honestly, and I can always go back and watch the OG.
Yeah. But this is. I know we're talking about curbing expectations, but I'm all in. I'm sorry. I love ATLA too much. I'm all in.
I'm all in on it. I'm excited for it.
I'm setting myself up to be hurt potentially. But this is great.
It is great. Really, it's great news.
Cool news to hear.
But I would also say that this is probably the reason why we haven't gotten a trailer, or it is the reason why we haven't gotten a trailer or a teaser poster or anything like that in behind the scenes things, because they're still in post-production. They're still trying to get this thing together to make sure that it is absolutely, positively perfect for OG fans and the newer fans of Avatar and newer fans that may have never seen Avatar, because they're, John Campion, until recently in 2020, when it got put on Netflix, he had never seen Avatar. So he watched and he was like, oh, it is what...
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. So it's a great show. But I will go ahead and show some of these pictures here. Let me see. Let me get to that. And I'll say that too. The last time we talked about Avatar, I brought up director Michael. Michael Gio, I think is how you say it, Goi. I think that's how you say his last name, Michael Gio. But he gave an extensive, long paragraph just kind of talking about a certain scene, which is the scene when they discover Aang, when Sokka and Katara, how that's all gonna look, and the effects with it and things like that. He was talking about that. Yeah, it was pretty cool, the things he was saying. He was talking about that, and using the volume and the practical effects mixed with the VF effects is what he was saying. He said it's going to look really magical. But these are some of the pictures here. I'll show this. This is from the set, so you guys can get a glimpse of what the set is going to look like here. So they have, like I said, taken it's practical sets. Like this is. Look how big that is, bro. That's not tiny. Like we're
like you can see that person right there.
There's a person right here.
Probably about let's just say 6 feet tall.
Right. Like this is obviously Water Tribe stuff here. But then we've also got another one here, and this is coming. Same thing, Water Tribe stuff. This looks like maybe the Northern Water Tribe, right. Where everything happens there, because we know that they are going to be diving in. I think season 1 is book 1. I think. I don't know. I think season 1 is book 1. But then we have this one here. This is coming from the Fire Nation, which is cool to see.
Oh, that looks great.
This is Ozai's throne room, bro.
I recognized it.
Yeah,
they did a good job.
They did. It looks great. Just the things we're seeing here, like this is practical. This ain't. Yeah. This is built. So this is gonna be like Friedlander said. I think you have to appreciate the time that because it's been 4 years. Yeah. Appreciate the time that it's been since they've announced this. Mm-hmm. They're doing practical effects. They're doing VF effects. The casting is on par. Yeah. It really is. It looks great from what we've seen so far. I don't have any complaints right now. Yeah. I have no complaints. Where I did have concerns, they have been lifted. Right. I do not have those concerns anymore for what they are going to be doing with this. But we've also heard, the last thing here about this, we've also heard that they're going to do a prequel scene before the opening. Now, I don't know what that prequel scene is going to look like. We don't know if that prequel scene is going to be more like Aang leaving, like you see in the original series. You see in the OG series, Aang have a flashback where he's fleeing the air temple and then the whole going into ice. Yeah. I don't know if they're going to show that. I don't know what I don't know if it's going to just show maybe Aang hanging out at the air temple or something like that. The events that led to him leaving. We know he left because they told him that Monkey Yatsu couldn't be his mentor anymore, so he fled. And then came back, saw what the Fire Nation had done. Right. Actually, no. He had fled, and while fleeing, got caught in the storm, went into ice. Yeah, boom.
100 years goes by.
100 years later.
His people aren't around.
Exactly, his people aren't around. So, I don't they could do that. That could be the prequel scene that we see, or it could be something reimagined completely different. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it could just be a scene with he and his like family. Like it could
Right.
be anything from.
That's true.
It's just something seen Aang from his life before that 100 years in the ice that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Or like you said, something they've touched on in the past, and maybe they can just expand on it. Either would be cool though. But I'm with you. I have no complaints.
No complaints.
This is really exciting.
Yeah, it really is. So, I mean,
cool.
We can get excited and hope that they send us a trailer in February, but that is the news there for things going on with Avatar and some of the things there from CBR, the executives over there for Netflix and the show. It sounds like it is going to be great. I like the terminology and the dialogue that they're using there within the quotes. So, I'm positive about it. I love ATLA.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this, but as always, questions for you guys. Let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking about this news for ATLA Avatar's Netflix series. Again, it's not involving the original creators, but that was concerning at the beginning. But with the news we've heard, the things we've seen, it sounds like this is actually going possibly to be jaw-dropping. Temper expectations, but